You're welcome to the Economy and Politics Show. I'm Otto Abasi Abaseko. As the year rounds up, we bring to you top 10 socio-economic events that shaped Nigeria in the year 2015. First, the 2015 general elections. That was a make-or-mar moment for the country. And it was remarkable because we witnessed a smooth transition. Courtesy the historic phone call from former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to current President Muhammadu Buhari, where he conceded defeat and also made his concession speech. It signaled a new dawn for Nigeria's politics space and also a democracy. But still in that dispensation and that election period, we had a very unpleasant experience where Elder Gosde Orubebe displayed some kind of scenes at the INEC Collation Center when he was concluding the announcement of the presidential election results. Those were things that we look at as not proper, and moving forward, people should conduct themselves properly. Also in the election space, the untimely death of the All Progressive Congress gubernatorial candidate for Kogi State, Prince Abubakar Audu, who was leading at the election, changed the course of the socio-political space in the country because it was the first time a gubernatorial candidate would die and election is declared inconclusive. It also in a way affected and looked again at the legal procedures in the country. And then there was the Elections Tribunal, which had its own field day after the gubernatorial elections. It nullified the elections in Akwa Ibom and Rivers State. And significantly for Taraba State, it upturned the mandate of Governor Darius Ishaku of the People's Democratic Party, handing over the mandate to Senator Aisha Al-Hassan of the All Progressive Congress. A very interesting moment for the election season for 2015. The second is one that has continued to dominate the media space, the Dasuki Gate. Arguably one of the biggest corruption cases now in the country, the trial of Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired former National Security Advisor of Nigeria, over the diversion of funds worth about $2.1 billion, which were meant for the purchase of arms for the military to confront insurgency and other activities that are tantamount to the peace of the country, has continued to stir up much controversy. Shocking revelations about transactions that occurred, and also particularly the fact that these were funds that were appropriated for to move the military forward. It was really one moment to watch. The third was the central bank's decision to reduce interest rate from 13% to 11% and the CRR, that's the cash reserve ratio, to 20%. The central bank governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, at the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting for the year in November, made a strong decision to reduce Nigeria's MPR to 11%. This marked a new moment for the Nigerian financial and capital market, and of course is designed to stimulate economic growth. We now go to the fourth event that really impacted the socio-economic space, which was the JP Morgan, one of the biggest investment groups in the world, its removal of Nigeria from the Emerging Market Government Bond Index. That really was a major moment for Nigeria. In the economic sphere, this also came with the challenging period for Nigeria's capital market. It also, in a way, affected investor confidence in the capital market and was attributed to the fact that the Central Bank of Nigeria did not meet that JP Morgan expectation that it would provide liquidity to the forex market. We go on to the fifth socio-economic event that shaped the country, and that's the Zakzaki tragedy, the Shiites' fracas with Nigerian soldiers. Leader of the Muslim Shiite group in Kaduna State, Sheikh Ibrahim el-Zakzaki, and his movement reportedly clashed with soldiers who were in the convoy of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Buratai, during one of their processions. This was an unfortunate episode that once again marked the growing tensions between the Shiite groups and the Nigerian secular authorities. But currently, there are investigations being carried out by groups like the Nigerian Human Rights Commission, amongst others, to see why this occurred again. That really had an impact on Nigeria's socio-economic space. The sixth was the Nigeria Economic Summit Group Summit for the year 2015. That was the 21st. It was a remarkable moment for stakeholders in the public and private sector space to once again look at how Nigeria's economy can be steered forward to bring all key sectors to drive growth and sustainability for Nigeria. And it had a special guest, Vice President Professor Yemi Osibanjo, who featured in the 2 days where he actively participated in discussions on how Nigeria's economy can move forward. Number 7, the rise of Nigerian technocrats at top international and regional financial institutions. It was a remarkable year for Mr. Ruma Ote, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, and Dr. Benedict Orama, who emerged Vice President and Treasurer of the World Bank, President of the Africa Development Bank, and President of the Africa Export-Import Bank, respectively. A remarkable one for Nigerians. Number 8, well, for Nnamdi Kanu, the founder of the Radio Biafra. It was a tough period because of his incarceration, and this, of course, sparked protests across southeastern Nigeria. Remember the Biafra War of 1967 to 1970? This whole thing brought the secessionist moves again and has created a lot of concern in the country. There have been pressure on President Muhammadu Buhari to negotiate and discuss with this group, and Ohanese group leaders from the Saudis have also made their case. But this was something that continued to dominate the socio-economic space, creating concern for Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu, and the whole Radio Biafra issue. And now to number 9, which was an interesting narrative for the year 2015, the regulatory battles with multinationals. It was a year that witnessed unprecedented regulatory battles with multinational corporations. First of keynote was the Nigerian Communications Commission that slammed about a 1.2 trillion naira fine on telecommunications giant MTN. That fine was over not adhering to the instructions of discontinuing unregistered numbers. Also, the National Food, Drug Administration Council, NAFDAC, slammed a 1 billion fine on Guinness, on the big players in the FMCG groups. Both companies have sued the regulatory bodies to court over these fines, and the best is just to see what is going to happen from there. And this was really a very key event that impacted the socio-economic space in Nigeria. And finally, we won't conclude it, but mention the exploits that Nigerians made in the sporting world. Now, 2015 was a wonderful year for sports-loving Nigerians. For the first time, and the first African, Jige Wellington, he won the World Scrabble Championship. It was a beautiful sight to behold how a Nigerian will emerge the first African, and I mean, that was something worthy of noting. Also in the football space, the Golden Eaglets, yes, they clinched the Under-17 title at Chile, making the country proud, particularly President Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, the Nigerian Under-23 team that clinched the ticket to Rio Olympics 2016 won for the first time the Africa Under-23 Championship. That's the first time Nigeria will win the football championship on Under-23. And that was a great way to mark the year 2015 for Nigeria. These were 10 remarkable events. You would call them unprecedented, but these were things that really, really occurred across the space, social, political, economic space that impacted Nigeria. That will be all for this edition of the Economy and Politics Show. You can join us on our social media handles for further interactions and visit our website, www.webtvng.com, for video uploads. It is a year 2016 coming, and we expect brighter days for Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.